Welcome back to Car Alerts, your go-to destination for the most detailed, no-nonsense car reviews. Today, we're diving deep into the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek, a compact crossover that's been making waves with its rugged charm, practical design, and a few surprising updates that might just make it the best version yet. Whether you're a Crosstrek loyalist or just curious about your next potential daily driver or adventure companion, stick around, because we're leaving no stone unturned. The 2026 Crosstrek greets you with a familiar but sharpened face. Subaru clearly chose evolution over revolution, but the tweaks are meaningful. Right at the front, the Crosstrek looks a bit tougher and a bit more refined at the same time. The grille is slightly larger with a bolder honeycomb pattern, and it's framed by more aggressively styled LED headlights that now come standard across all trims. The bumper design has been reworked to give off a more athletic, adventure-ready vibe, with sharper angles and a more integrated skid plate look on the sport and wilderness trims. The Crosstrek's nose hints at capability without trying too hard to look like a full-on SUV. It still carries that approachable, ready-for-anything attitude that's been a huge part of its success. Moving along the side profile, you'll notice that Subaru hasn't radically changed the Crosstrek's proportions, and honestly, that's a smart move. Buyers love its compact footprint and higher ground clearance. Speaking of which, the Wilderness trim sits higher than the others, with an impressive 9.3 inches of clearance, compared to 8.7 inches on the regular models. The wheel arches are still clad in tough-looking black plastic, but they're a little more sculpted now, almost like a subtle nod to rally cars. You also get new wheel designs with options ranging from 17-inch alloys on the base model to 18-inch units on higher trims. The Crosstrek's slightly more muscular body lines give it a fresher stance without losing that familiar Subaru personality. Roof rails remain standard, looking sturdy and ready to accommodate kayaks, cargo boxes, or anything your next weekend adventure requires. Around back, the updates are even more noticeable. The taillights are slimmer and sport a modern C-shaped LED signature that's crisp and clean. The tailgate itself has been lightly massaged to improve aerodynamics, and the bumper designs feel a bit chunkier, again reinforcing that rugged undertone. The Wilderness version gets its own unique treatment, with a matte-thek rear bumper and subtle badging that sets it apart without screaming for attention. Small but meaningful details, like a hidden rear wiper tucked under the spoiler, make the design feel more thoughtful and functional. Subaru's attention to practical touches continues to be one of the brand's strong suits. Interior. Inside the 2026 Crosstrek, the biggest leap forward is immediately apparent the moment you open the door. Subaru has seriously upgraded the cabin, focusing on materials, technology, and comfort. Base and premium trims offer durable but soft-touch plastics with tasteful stitching accents, while sport and limited trims add more upscale touches like synthetic leather with contrast stitching. The Wilderness goes for a rugged look, with water-resistant StarTex upholstery that feels perfect for muddy hiking boots and wet dogs after a day on the trails. The centerpiece of the dashboard is the available 11.6-inch portrait stack-style touchscreen lifted straight from the Outback and WRX. It's responsive, intuitive, and finally brings the Crosstrek's tech game up to par. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are wireless and standard across the lineup. Physical knobs for volume and tuning are still present, thank goodness, and climate controls are seamlessly integrated into the screen but remain easy to use. Subaru's updated Starlink system is smoother than before, and a full suite of connected services is available, including remote start, vehicle locator, and over-the-air updates. Performance. In front of the driver you'll find either traditional analog gauges with a 4.2-inch multi-information display on lower trims or a larger 7-inch digital instrument cluster on higher trims. Either way, information is clear and easy to digest. The Crosstrek's front seats are supportive for long drives, with ample adjustment, and visibility out of the front and sides remains a Subaru hallmark. The rear seats are generous for a compact crossover, offering plenty of legroom and headroom even for taller passengers. Cargo space is competitive too, with 20.8 cubic feet behind the rear seats and over 55 cubic feet when you fold them down flat, giving you enough room for a couple of bikes or a big haul from the garden center. On the performance front, Subaru listened to one of the biggest complaints from Crosstrek buyers in the past: power. The 2026 model offers two engine choices. The base engine is a 2-liter flat-4, producing 152 horsepower and 145 lb-ft of torque, paired with a continuously variable transmission. It's adequate for daily driving, but if you can, you'll want to step up to the 2.5-liter flat-4 found in the Sport, Limited, and Wilderness trims. With 182 horsepower and 178 lb-ft of torque, the larger engine feels much more lively, especially when merging onto highways or tackling steep backroads. Subaru's Lineartronic CVT has been tweaked for smoother and more natural responses, and the Sport and Wilderness trims get an 8-speed manual mode with paddle shifters for more engagement. All-wheel drive, as you'd expect, is standard across the board, but Subaru's latest version of X mode has been enhanced for better off-road traction. On the Wilderness model, you even get a dual-function X-mode system that lets you choose between snow/dirt and deep snow/mud settings, tailoring the traction control system to specific surfaces. Plus, a retuned suspension setup and all-terrain tires on the Wilderness model make it genuinely capable off the beaten path. Even on regular models, the Crosstrek remains one of the most sure-footed, confidence-inspiring crossovers you can buy, especially when the weather gets ugly. The steering is nicely weighted, ride comfort is excellent, and road noise is impressively muted thanks to extra sound insulation and thicker glass for 2026. Upper set of expensive. Pricing for the 2026 Crosstrek remains very competitive, which is critical in today's hot crossover market. The base model starts at around $26,000, giving you standard all-wheel drive, advanced safety tech like adaptive cruise control, lane centering, and automatic emergency braking, plus the new touchscreen system. Step up to the premium for about $28.00, and you add nicer materials, heated seats, and extra tech features. The Sport trim comes in around $30.00, bringing the bigger engine, special trim pieces, and sportier tuning. The Limited model, priced at roughly $32.00, tops out the regular lineup with leather seating, upgraded audio, and more driver assistance features. Finally, the Wilderness model, the most rugged and off-road focused Crosstrek, starts just under $34.00. Considering its added capability, distinctive looks, and feature list, it's a strong value for anyone who actually plans to venture off the pavement. As always with Subaru, resale value is expected to be excellent and ownership costs are low thanks to a reputation for reliability and a strong dealer network. Subaru's standard warranty remains 3 years or 36,000 miles for basic coverage and 5 years or 60 miles for the powertrain. But the brand's reputation for longevity often means you'll go far beyond that before encountering major issues. Thanks for riding along with Cars Yeah Alerts today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for even more detailed car reviews, buying advice, and everything automotive. Got questions about the Crosstrek or want to see a head-to-head comparison with its top competitors? Drop a comment below and let's chat. Until next time, keep your wheels rolling and your adventures endless.